When we think of Islamic guidance, the Qur'an is the first source that comes to mind. But to truly understand how to live by the Qur'an, how to pray, fast, give zakat, and so much more, we need something else too. The Hadith. But what exactly is Hadith? And why is it so important in Islam? Let's take a closer look. What is Hadith? The word Hadith means speech or narration. In Islam, it refers to the sayings, actions, and silent approvals of Prophet Muhammad. While the Qur'an is the literal word of Allah, the Hadith helps us understand how the Prophet interpreted, lived, and implemented it. Hadith gives us the details, the practical steps, to follow the message of Islam in everyday life. The history of Hadith collection. During the Prophet's lifetime, his companions closely observed and memorized everything he said and did. Some wrote his words down, but most preserved them orally. After his passing, as Islam spread, the need to compile and verify Hadith became urgent, to protect the teachings from errors or fabrications. Great scholars like Imam Bukhari, Imam Muslim, and others devoted their lives to collecting Hadith, with strict criteria. They verified the chain of narrators, called the Isnad, and judged each narration based on its reliability. This effort led to major Hadith collections like Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, Sunan Abu Dawud Jamir, At-Tirmidhi, and more. Each Hadith was graded as Sahih, authentic, Hasan, good, Daif, weak, or Maudu, fabricated, based on its chain and content. This process was so precise that it laid the foundation for what we now call the science of Hadith. Why the Hadith matters today. Without Hadith, how would we know how to perform Salah, with its exact movements and words? How would we understand the details of fasting, Hajj, or giving zakat? Even Quranic verses like establish prayer don't include the method, but the Hadith does. The Prophet said, "I have been given the Qur'an and something like it along with it." Abu Dawud. Hadith complements the Qur'an. It explains, clarifies, and expands on what the Qur'an commands. Respect and caution. However, not every Hadith is treated equally. Scholars advise us to rely on authentic Hadith and be cautious of weak or fabricated ones, especially in matters of belief and practice. This is why learning from trusted scholars and sources is essential. The legacy today, the science of Hadith, is one of Islam's greatest intellectual achievements. It preserved not only the words of the Prophet but also his character, wisdom, and compassion, so that every generation could follow his example. So when we hear a Hadith, we're not just listening to a story, we're witnessing a preserved legacy, a living connection to the final messenger of Allah. And that's why Hadith remains one of the most respected, studied, and powerful sources of guidance in the Islamic tradition.